I want you to take a sheet of paper, and I want you to ask yourself, how well am I doing in these 7 areas within my own company? Regardless of whether you're pursuing an HR initiative, or an employee development, or partner and channel alliance development, or a customer initiative, or whether your pursuit is strategic or technological, I want you to be very realistic with yourself. I want you to be very honest with yourself. I want you to put your ego aside and put aside all the great things that you're doing, and I want you to specifically ask these questions about your initiative. I want you to ask the question, does what I do for my customers, employees, and partners actually meet their need? Does it really deliver value that is defined by them? Do they feel that that relationship that you have with them is equitable and fair and it is not one-sided? It's a clear value that is delivered by presenting expectations that are not only met, but that explain what the true cost is in order for that relationship to strive. And does it really generate interest, or is it really one-sided? I want you to ask questions about engagement. I want you to stop thinking about call center software and start talking about omni-channel and mobility and digital and unified communications, and start thinking about the idea of what engagement is. About the fact that engagement is when gears come together to create movement. Engagement is impossible when engagement is not engaging. And we really, really don't do a very good job at defining that engagement is really engaging. Because engagement takes communication, it requires that we create a positive communication climate. And it also requires that both parties are involved in the value creation process. The number one reason why employees are not engaged, why partners leave you, why customers do not fill out surveys, is because the engagement is one-sided. It is you communicating and creating a communication climate that is convenient for you, but not engaging for your important business relationships. I want you to also write down about centricity. Centricity is the idea of personalization, and it's how people make an assessment that this relationship is a relationship of relevance to them. It is not something that you're asking them to do, but something in which you're participating together, and that you're taking out of your time, out of your investment, to make that experience relevant to them. We see relevance and centricity a lot in portals where we allow people to help themselves, and we customize experiences for them, but we don't really use centricity and personalization as the idea of making things truly relevant to the individual value of the business relationships with whom you work. And then I'll put together the ideas of service and support, but I want you to be aware that service and support are 2 very different things. Service is how you deliver on the promise that you made to your customers, partners, and employees. And by the way, you are 100% committed through your psychological agreements to meet that promise, whether it be on paper or otherwise. You are 100% committed to meet that promise. But you know what? There are going to be times in your relationships with people, as you're implementing technology, that innovation is going to come about because of your sense of accountability to building that relationship. I tell people that, I have, 5 kids, and some of them are grown up. I have kids that are in age from 32, almost 33, to 11. No comments, please. 11 to 33-year-old, and 2 grandchildren that are 12 and 10. And the idea of service and support is very real to me. There are things that I am committed to do because they're my children, but there are things that I do because they need me to do when empathy is a requirement. And so often we implement technology out of the SLA and out of a need for fulfilling a commitment, but not enough out of actually being empathetic to the needs of people. And this one, transparency, which could be perhaps the most misunderstood of all of the 7 aspects of conducting business. When you go out and you implement technology like consumer marketing and SEO, so you're found by other people in the internet, and people see that they can trust you, I think our companies are sometimes missing the fact that customers, employees, and partners are not looking for trust or not looking to build trust immediately as much as they're looking for you to have transparency. Transparency builds trust, but we seem to skip it. We seem to go into this circular, never-ending motion of trying to build trust without never really asking how it is that we're building transparency. Transparency means consistency, it means having visibility. And let me tell you, if you're not building transparency at your company so that people can see your intentions, they can see a single brand that is consistent across everything you do, customers, because technology is available today to be able to do it, they're going to find you out no matter what. We have gone beyond the era of hiding what we're doing or not showing customers, employees, our partners what our intentions are and not being transparent. Technology has ousted us in ways that it never ousted us before. And if you use the term experience at your company, let me encourage you to change that definition. Let me encourage you to stop thinking about experience, about the things that you do to keep track of great analytics and metrics that tell you whether or not your customers are going to recommend you to others or not. Experience is that. In that setting, experience is very much about functionality, accessibility, and emotional connection. But it is also not exclusive to customers. Experience is how we measure whether or not we're delivering true relationship value, engagement, centricity, service and support, and transparency to the people that matter most. At every aspect of technology, at every aspect of strategy, at every aspect of human interaction, if you're not asking the question of whether you're giving people what they need, of whether you're making it easy, and whether you're building emotional connection with your employees, partners, and customers, then you are completely missing on what experience truly is. The idea of using 7 fundamental strategies of human relationship across all your relationships starts right where you are.